saw this one spinning donut.
Yes, I saw that video. My name is Sambath Vathana.
My name is Sokhakvachna Var.
My name is Vachana.
Yeah, my name is Hannah.
My name is Roza Phal.
So, the first question that we have to answer is how did NASA define computers before the invention of the IBM machine?
To me, the most interesting part about the movie at the beginning is how the word computer seemingly only refers to humans, and
To me, I think they were defined as just straight up human computers, like calculators, human calculators. So their entire job was to just calculate the velocity, the coordinates, like just everything from top to bottom for the operations to work.
Most of the guys are like technicians, and they aren't really like mathematicians, so could clearly come up with the theories on their own.
Before the IBM machine, I also think they define them as humans computer.
Let's move on to the next question. How significant is the role of mathematics in computer and discovery in new methods in NASA? I think that because of mathematics in like physics, it's really important to NASA back then, as there might be no computers that can generate results.
Important in like most scientific fields, I say. So for NASA, it's like astronomy. They have to calculate stuff like the velocity of the rocket ship, how strong is the heat shield, the pressure in the atmosphere, and you need math to do all of that. And without math, I really don't think we wouldn't be here right now.
that if the velocity is too low, you'll burn up all the fuel, and or if velocity is too high, then it will go out of Earth's orbit. And with mathematics, I think with a way to visualize it, like through graphs and stuff in space.
The simplest form of computing is just calculations. And to do calculations, you need mathematics. So if you don't have mathematics, you can't compute anything. So you can't do anything. How about you, Rosa? What do you think?
I think like in computing and discovering new methods in NASA, I think math is very important. For example, in a scene where John Green trying to like do the no goal thingy, they still need Catherine to do the math, so she can get like the precise coordinate or something.
How significant is the role of mathematics in learning programming?
And they were completely useless. So in some way, mathematics is used in programming.
So how does that answer the question though? How does math help us learn programming?
It essentially transforms instructions into mathematical code for the computer to understand and execute it.
For me, it's coding, and a part of coding is like arithmetic calculations. Yeah, and to do that, you need to know stuff like addition, division, subtraction, and stuff. And I've seen a lot of people like make really cool things with math and programming.
Yes.
Like I saw this one spinning donut.
Yes, I saw that video.
Yeah, like it's a spinning donut made in Python. I think it was Python, like using sine codes.
I think in learning programming, math can play a big role because like when you want to like develop games and stuff. For example, like a character is standing and then they will like see a train coming from a very far distance to close to them and then pass them, and then to make that happen, they have to do some calculations with math.
For me, I feel like the best general ideas like solving problems, analyzing algorithms, and the chanting code performance.
Question number 4. Based on what you understand, how significant is mathematics to the development of modern technology of today? From what I understand, mathematics is really important to for the development of modern technology. To make an ATM machine, for example, you will need a person who's an engineer, need a programmer who knows math for the machine to work.
Math play roles in each of those three roles, I guess. The main one are the computer, the engineer, and the programmer. I think in all aspects of that, they require some level of math.
Yeah, I think every STEM subject requires some level of math.
Yeah.
So, a STEM subject is the major marketing force communication.
Yeah.
So, to innovate, we need STEM students, and STEM students require a lot of math in their studies. So, to use that math, study things, and try to make.
As for me, I may be making assumption, but I feel like math, in some extent, would still be necessary. Be making its own algorithm that could be gathered and generated by themselves. But still, it's still important in for fields like cryptography, data science, and computer graphics.
I think STEM is very important developing today's technology with self-driving cars.
Yeah, self-driving cars.
They use like scanners on the camera to see where it's going and stuff.
It uses machine learning and AI to calculate the distance.
Based on how the movie portrayed technicians and mathematicians who had the advantage in correctly programming the IBM machine and what gave them the advantage.
Like comparing someone who built a car and someone who designed how the car works now. So, like in terms of programming, like mathematicians with deep understanding of mathematical principles and problem-solving skills have the advantage over
People who have the advantage are the computers. They know mathematics. So mathematics can play a role in programming. So I believe we can use mathematics to program and have the advantage in learning how to program.
In the movie, it shows the advantage kind of goes to Dorothy. I'm not sure if Dorothy in this situation classify as the mathematician or not.
The movie, both technicians and mathematicians have their both have the advantage. If you're like want to fix something related to electrical stuff, you will only need a technician to know what's the problem and they don't know how to fix it. For mathematicians, they can use the math to like calculate how the electricity can flow in the wire or something.
To me, I also think the mathematician has the advantage in this because from the term technician is a person employed to look after technical equipment or do practical work in the laboratory. For a mathematician, like they can go in depth into the situation and know what's going on from the inside.
That was Hearing the technology before and technology today, do you think that computers will be able to replace humans in engaging with newer ventures and exploration?
We can compete with AI in terms of like speed, but I think we can compete in terms of like quality,
Creativity.
yeah, quickly.
For me, I think AI can never replace humans. They lack the creativity and they are not ethical.
I'd like to add on the whole creativity things, like with AI art, even when AI makes it, it's like they use art that's already made by real people.
Yes.
So they just take that and just recreate that. So without human art, then it can't create AI art anyway.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point? It can't function on its own, like without. It can't make pixels like on its own without using other people's work.
I think that wouldn't happen though, because like we also have our own, thought about it as well.
But at the end, I think that people like humans still have complete control over AI because
I guess.
Unfortunately, we lost the footage at this part, but essentially, for the closing video, my teammates decided to pick a scene when they first developed their first IBM machine and were struggling to operate it or find ways to utilize it. Similar to how AI is a new technology currently developing, we had to discuss to find solutions to this problem. And my solution is to incorporate AI into our education system.
You're the IBM man, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll pull him out of the sky if you have to.
Understood.
I'm not paying any of you.
When the first IBM came to NASA,
It was not an easy transition.
No one thought to measure these things?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Nobody knew how to use it.
The solution would be to just hire more educated people, like people who are more educated around the field. Like they just know what they're doing.
If you ChatGPT as a template instead of
That's the solution. Use ChatGPT as not as the right answer, but as a guideline.
Yep, a tool as a tool.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you for listening.